Hey guys, what is up? It's Rebecca here, back at it again. Um, this time without makeup. Okay, so it's been a couple of months, as some of you may or might know. Um, so a couple of months back, I told some of you guys that um these two missionaries with suit and tie back in the summertime came up to me, brought a watch party flyer, gave me a watch party flyer, invited me to the watch party for a live concert to watch together. Long story short, I ended up going, blah, 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 blah. So I've been going to the Latter-day Saints Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints ever since then. Um, and yeah, so long story short, it's been a little over a month with all of that. Wait, September, October, yeah, a little over a month. So yeah, it's been pretty decent so far. Um, I haven't been going to the location near me that much, but I've been going to another location more often, more than the location nearest, that's like nearest by me. Um, but sometimes I do go. Sometimes I do go there, but other times, more times, I go to the other one. Um, and I've been going to the Monday activities thing and also Thursday Institute class, even though I don't go to the university. Um, so everything has been falling into place slowly, spiritually. I'm in no rush of my spirituality falling into every single place, like all in once. Um, but yeah, so far I've been reading the Book of Mormon. Now my other book, I have the Book of Mormon, so now I have two Book of Mormons. The other one, some of you guys are gonna laugh at this, but like, so the other day I went to McDonald's and I literally had I got my usual order, quarter pounder, extra large fries, sweet and sour sauces, and then I didn't think I was like uh not gonna need an extra one. So I just put it in my purse that I usually go out with. And I guess I forgot to take it out and it exploded all over in my purse. So my wallet got sauce on it, and so did the Book of Mormon, because Book of Mormon was in there. I usually carry it with me sometimes. Um, I forgot to take the sauce out, so it exploded. It exploded in the purse. So anyways, long story short, I was trying to clean the Book of Mormon and like trying to just like scrub the sauce stain out. And then it just ended up getting wet and it ended up getting worse and soggy. So I was just like, I hit up one of the sisters and she was like, okay, if I have any extra, I'll lend it to you. Thank God, because brand new condition. See, no stains. Brand new condition. Anyway, so I've been reading the Book of Mormon so far. I've been starting off from the beginning of Nephi. So yeah, I'm almost done with the first Nephi. So I'm up to which chapter am I up to? I think I'm up to chapter 19. Yeah, chapter 19. No, wait, no, I read chapter 19. My bad. I'm up to chapter 20. Yeah. I still have some to go, but so far it's been so good reading. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update because, yeah, um, I don't know. I've just been very conflicted with everything because, like, as some of you may have known, like, I'm a born again Christian. And there's different roots of Christianity. There's born again Christian, There's Catholics. There's um, the LDS Church, aka Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which are Christians as well. But a lot of people call them Mormons because their book was mocked, and a lot of people started calling them Mormons because of their book, the Book of Mormon. It's just a different root of Christianity. A lot of people don't think or disagree that they're not Christian because of Joseph Smith and all that. Trust me. Trust and say when they're Christian. Hello, like another testament of Jesus Christ. I mean, what if they don't have Jesus Christ? Then of course it's obviously like not Christian, but Jesus Christ, that's where Christianity started. So, like, what more specific can you get? I'm not gonna lie, like, I've been conflicted because I got baptized when I was 13 years old, and I feel like I haven't, like, when I was baptized when I was 13, I feel like I didn't I felt like I just literally shook God's hand and didn't look him straight in the eyes. And I just didn't make a complete, you know what I mean? It was just like a jump right in and just get it over with type of thing. But I've been trying to actually pray so hard about getting baptized in the LDS church. And the funny thing is that my whole entire family is not very fond of what I've been doing about, seeing the missionaries and meeting up with them to talk about the Book of Mormon, and they haven't been very too much fond of it. I mean, they don't really care because I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions spiritually. But they're not too fond of it because they find it a little cultish. You know. So that's the thing with religion. It's I can understand why a lot of people are not too religious, but at the same time, I feel like if you have God in your life, God is going to guide you to the right direction of where you need to be in your future. He's going to help guide you. And I feel like we all need that, no matter what religion we are in or who you are. It don't matter who or what you are. You need God in your life. Everyone needs to stop being in denial about God not existing and this and that. I used to be like that. I used to be like you. I used to be like you, where I used to push away God. I pushed away God at a certain point in my life. I literally was like, I want to forget about you, God. You do not exist. I do not need your hand to guide me. I do not need you to pray for me. Like, I used to be like that. I really did. But this is the time. It's now. It's now or never. We all have to repent and just try and just get closer to God. I know it may sound dumb to you, but it's not. Trust me, we all need God in our life. And I believe he could guide us all. And I feel like a lot of people forget that even in our dollar bills, it says in God we trust. Or even in our change, it says, in God we trust. And they're trying to get rid of that because, and even in some places, there's God bless America. So literally, our country survived through Christianity. You know what I mean? You know where I'm trying to get at? Started with Christianity. Hello? So when a lot of people say, oh, don't bring Christian into politics or don't bring religion into politics, it's separate, state, church, whatever. it really relates to it if you really think about it. So, but my family is kind of like, kind of somewhat, I feel like they're coming from a place of concern. Like, they're not mad at me, but they're just suspicious, they're concerned. It's a typical family thing, you know. Of course, your family who loves you is gonna question you and gonna ask questions that you don't want to be answered and stuff like that, whatever. So, um, something that I've been praying super hard about is being baptized in the LDS Church in Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The thing is, like, I'm looking at the pros and cons. Like, yes, it's gonna help me. Yes, it's gonna save. Like, is it? I'm asking, like, is this gonna help me? Is this gonna save me? Is this gonna make me like resaved? Is this gonna change me spiritually? Is this, you know, I'm asking like the important questions. Um, because like the thing is, like, I don't have my family's support. Like, I'm gonna be broken. I mean, no matter what, like, family's family, you know, like, no matter how annoying they are, no matter how embarrassing they could be, like, that's just family. And I feel like I would kind of want their support, even if they don't fully agree with me. They could just, you know, like, you know, you, I would want them to like be like showing like, hey, you know, I strongly disagree with what you're doing, but we still love you type of vibes, you know? Which should be every family's thing, but I mean, I'm not gonna force them to I'm not gonna force them to do that because they're their own people. I'm not gonna force my family to be a like, you know, show support of what they don't actually support. Um, but if I ever choose or decide when I want to get baptized in the LDS Church, Latter Day Saints Church, um, I would at least have the support of the sister missionaries and the guy missionaries, the brother missionaries. Yeah, I honestly, so far, I feel like the Book of Mormon kind of like relates a little bit to some Holy Bible verses if you really like look into it. Like, there was a part in the Book of Mormon, I forgot which chapter already. Ugh. There's just so much, but it does mention Jesus and water a lot, and Jesus being baptized. I love that. Uh, and also, it talked about water and Jesus in the book of John. I mean, chapter John. Um, yeah, chapter John and yeah, Bible. There was another part in the Book of Mormon where it says something about God's voice sounding like the thunder, and that also related to another chapter of John that I read. So, believe it or not, this kind of low key connects to the Holy Bible. Believe it or not, it does. And at first, I didn't believe it, but each time I read some verses and highlight some verses that stand out to me, and I use the app. I use the app instead of the book, but sometimes I use the book, sometimes a little bit here and there. I like the book because it's just cute. It's like, you know, just, yeah. But yeah, oh my gosh, there's a second Nephi. Oh boy, I have a lot to go to. Woo, that's a lot. But I'm almost done with Nephi 1. But there's a lot to go to, but I feel like so far what I've read relates a lot to the book of John so far. And I'm still reading I'm still reading John chapter, you know, yeah. You know what I mean. Um I never I never opened the Bible in my life, and I never read that much. So I'm like, you know what? It's time to get right with God. It's time to get more closer to God. It's time to start reading more about the Word of God and the Holy Spirit. And this is the way. This is the way, and so is the Holy Bible as well. It just relates. This kind of relates to it a lot. So I think the chapter that I'm up to kind of like goes into like Jesus going into the Americas. Um, Believe me, at first it sounded weird, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, you know, we gotta spread the gospel. I feel like Jesus spreaded the gospel as much as he could, and tried to make or like try to get people to like believe in him as much as possible. And believe it or not, we relate to Jesus. Like people refused to believe in him. People hated him so much to the point where he got stoned and this and that, and like, you know, the whole crucifixion, like all of that stuff, like it relates to today. And still to this day, people don't believe in Jesus Christ. And it's just, it's hurtful, but it's also sad because, you know, maybe someone's parents didn't grow up religious, and they didn't show any religious like beliefs in the house. So it's like when your house is like not spiritually lifted, that's when a lot of confusion kind of sinks in, and then that's when all the atheists and agnostics kind of like pop up, you know, because they refuse to believe that Jesus Christ is real and he's here with us. Believe it or not, he's literally like the wind. We hear him because we may hear his voice when we talk to him. We feel him because we feel his spirit in the room. We feel it around when we're walking around and wherever like we go. But we don't see him. We don't see him yet. And that's when we get to heaven. And that's the main goal. That should be the main goal for everyone, um but yeah. Um yeah, I feel like conflicted, like just with everything. Like with the whole thing of like getting rebaptized and everything, like it's a lot of confusion at the same time, because like I mean I did get baptized when I was 13. I did get baptized when I was 13, but I said in like the beginning, like I literally said, like I literally just shook God's hand and then just got dunked in the water. And yeah, but I didn't look him straight in the eyes and like, you know what I mean? I just shook his hand. I didn't shake his hand and look him in the eyes and give him eye contact. You know what I mean? So yeah. I feel like if I ever were to decide to get rebaptized, but in the Latter-day Saints church, um, I would, and I went without a little bit of knowledge back then as well. So I would be going in like into baptizing um, with a little bit more of knowledge, and definitely making sure that I'm not only just shaking God's hand, but looking him in the eyes and say, yes, I completely accept you in my life. But I mean, I already accept Jesus in my life, so, but I want to make sure that I look him in the eyes and say to him, yes, I fully, literally give my whole entire life to you. So, um, yeah, it's just, I get emotional because, like, I always have to thank one of the elders for, he even left. Like, I even cried when he left. He left like 2 weeks ago. Um, yeah, so I always have to thank him because if it wasn't for him giving me the watch party card invite, I wouldn't have met the most amazing group of people who are so loving. I would not have been able to meet, I get emotional. I wouldn't have been able to meet him as well. Um, even though it was a short amount of time, I wouldn't have been able to have found the church. I wouldn't have. I did try to go to the First Baptist Church. I just, I don't know. Something about that church I just don't like. I don't know. Maybe if I go again and see if I feel like if I like it, but if I don't like it, I'll continue to go to the Latter-day Saints. But um yeah, yeah, that's how I feel. So yeah, basically what I've been doing this whole entire couple of weeks is I've been getting up because I stay awake sometimes throughout the morning. Basically at like 5 or like 6 a.m. I do a little mini holy Bible study. Um, and we're still on chapter John chapter, I think John chapter 12. And then I do the Book of Mormon study with missionaries. They're so sweet, they're so good. I love the both of them. And they're just amazing at like explaining, and like they're so understanding. I get spiritually moved whenever they talk. Let's just say that. I get spiritually moved anytime they talk and anytime they explain. Like, I just get spiritually moved and I feel it. I really do. They're doing an amazing job. And I'm going to continue to tell them that because it's just true. I think that every single type of missionaries should be complimented as they should, because they're using their voices for the right reasons, spreading the gospel, spreading the word. Whereas the other half of our generation is just using their voice for, they're using their voice for stupidity, they're using their voice for ignorance, they're using their voice for just the wrong reasons. And I always keep telling you guys that because it's the truth. We're living in a generation where half of our generation believes in stupidity, and believes in ignorance, and believes in the wrong things. They're getting brainwashed by the other side, and we all know who that side is. So there's still time to come to the right side, and that's by praying, repenting, and to seek God more. It doesn't have to be today. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It doesn't have to be next week. But at some point in your life, you're gonna want God in your life. You're gonna want God to guide you. Because without God, where would we be right now? Where would we be? Don't say, hey, like who created us? God did. Every time it's like, oh, our parents created us. No, not just our parents. That's the physical part, okay? That's the physical part. But who really created us? Who made us and put us here on this earth? God did. God did. So I don't want to hear, no, just our parents. Our parents did by, by sexual intercourse. No, yeah, but that's the physical part. I'm talking about who put us here, who originally put us here. God. God did. And he put us on here for a reason, whether we like it or not, whether we want to be here or not. He chose us and made us want to be here because he literally knew we all had a purpose, and we all do. And that's to spread his word, that's to spread how amazing he is, and that's that. That's just facts. Like, that's what we're supposed to do. Believe it or not, that's what we're supposed to do. I don't care who or what you are. We're supposed to be spreading the gospel. We're supposed to be spreading about how amazing love like God's love is for us, and like how amazing he is. Like it's time. It's been time. So it's either you get up and you pray and thank God, or you continue to not do that. You pick and choose, but just remember the consequences. Just remember that. Because without having God in your life, what are you? You know, you're just not there. You're not thinking the right way. I'm telling you, having faith in God and having trust in the Lord is gonna help you more and more. I was like that. I was like you guys who are atheist and agnostic. I was like you guys at a certain point. I didn't want anything to do with God. I knew he was there, but I just didn't want nothing to do with him. I didn't want him in my life. But trust me, having God in your life is the most amazing part you could do, is to let him in your life. Let him in your heart. Let him in your mind. Let him be your best friend. He is our main best friend. Forget all your homeboys and homegirls. God's got your back. He's not gonna be a backstabber. He's not gonna talk behind your back. He's gonna listen to you. So just think about that. So sorry to get a little preachy here, but you know, I get a little preachy when I talk about God. Um, you know, we would all be nothing without him. Um, but yeah. But for me, getting rebaptized, I have to really, really think about it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Um, so yeah. Um, I don't know what to do. It is a big step into faith. Getting baptized is one of the biggest steps ever. I just don't know. I just don't know when. Like, I know God is telling me, yes, get rebaptized. But when? 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 Before 2025? After 2025? Like, hello? When should I? Like, it's me who's undecisive. Like, me who's undecided, and me who's like literally indecisive about getting rebaptized, because I don't know. It's nerve-wracking. Because it has been years. It has been years. It's been since I was 13. And I'm like, what, 20 now? Almost 21 in like a couple of weeks. Yeah. No, wait. Not even a couple of weeks. 3 months from now. My bad. But yeah, like so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But remember, God's got your back. He's always gonna have your back. And don't ever forget that, because I know it's hard to believe that God has your back, but you know, God is our main best friend. He's always gonna be there for us, even if we push him away. Even if we're mad at him or curse him out, he's still gonna love us no matter what. That is why he died on the cross for us, because he knew that we were gonna continue to sin and everything. But yet his love for us never fails. It's never ending and a never failing love. I'm telling you, his love is the most special love. I mean, the love of your siblings is special as well, and the love of your life love is special as well, and like your family. But the never ending and like everlasting love of God is the most special love you could ever feel and get. I'm telling you right now. So don't ever forget that. But I just wanted to share a little update of how my experience with the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Church has been. And yeah, I will probably continue to update you monthly about it. But yeah. All right, hope to see you guys in the next one. And yeah, muchos besos. God bless you guys. Bye.